Howdy, folks. This is Tony here, and I am officially convinced that the company Tyson Foods just had their Bud Light moment. A recent article has come out indicating that Tyson Foods, which is known for producing chicken, which is known for producing an animal based protein, is now partnering with a company called Protix that specializes in insect based protein. And we're going to get into that and why I think this is going to be a major problem. First of all, they are tarnishing and interfering with their reputation. They are known to produce chicken. That is what they produce. That is what the market expects. There is no mandate to suddenly pivot towards marketing to a very small fragment of the population. The American cultural diet typically does not involve insects. We are not South America. We are not China or countries in Africa where insects are commonly produced. So there's no national mandate for this. This is something probably having to do with their involvement with ESG or a similar type of organization that is trying to shift human beings away from consuming livestock instead to consuming animals that are, in the insect world. Or there are some people who don't want us to consume any kind of animal matter altogether. They'd rather us just eat soy and beans all the time. Now, I have a few important things to say about that. First of all, the human body is designed to eat both plant and animal. That is a fact. If you look at the fact that we have canines and molars, you look at the different enzymes that our body uses to digest foods, you look at the length of our intestines, we are designed to be omnivorous. We are designed to eat both the plant and the animal. So for those that say, oh, just eat meat only, that's an extreme. For those that say just eat plants only, that is also an extreme. We're designed to eat both. And there are people in the research field who are offering solutions that are looking for a problem. What problem are you trying to solve with the insects? Oh, it's not sustainable to eat chicken. How? Let's actually talk about how awesome the chicken is. Everything that you environmentalist extreme people want human beings to eat, the chicken eats it and provides an even higher quality protein for human beings. Because remember, not all protein is created equal. There's certain kinds of proteins you can only get from plants, and certain kinds of proteins you can only get from animals because the amino acids in plants and animals differ from each other. So all protein is not created equal. A pound of bugs may have more protein in it than a pound of chicken, but what about the parasites in the bugs? What about the allergens in the chitin of the insect? What about other things that are in the genetic material of that insect that may interfere with human health and human digestion? Bear in mind that we human beings are not designed to eat a diet that primarily consists of bugs. We're not John the Baptist, for crying out loud. So I bring all of that to say, think about what they want us to eat instead of steak and chicken and things of that nature. They want us to eat soy products, bugs, tofu, and bean based things. But if you really think about it, you can feed all of those same things to the chicken and then just eat the eggs or eat the meat. What's more, the chicken is solving environmental issues because the manure from the chicken can go into the soil and help restore the condition of the soil. The chicken is a very robust animal that breeds prolifically and solves problems of soil conditions. In fact, I am personally convinced that if instead of using industrial grade fertilizers and industrial grade pesticides and things of that nature. Have the chicken dig through the field, scratch through it, eat the bugs out, manure in it, and then leave it fallow for some time. You will probably have very rich soil and have eggs and have meat to boot. And so, this environmental approach is just a solution looking for a problem. There is nothing wrong with the chicken. The chicken does not need to be replaced. And people say, oh, but it takes water to harvest the chicken, and that's unsustainable water usage. That's what reverse osmosis is for. We can just filter the water and then use it to process the next batch of chicken. Again, a solution looking for a problem. And people say, oh, well, if we eat bugs, there'll be less carbon in the world. Why is carbon bad? We're made of carbon. I get that carbonic acid can be damaging, but if you think about it, we already have something in nature that can process tons of carbon every single night. It's called a tree. We don't need to force people to drive electric cars and eat bugs and take the train. Just plant more trees and just use the chicken as your rototiller, use the chicken as your fertilizer, use the chicken as your food source. And even if you want to get technical, I suppose you can take some of the chicken byproduct and make biodiesel out of it if you wanted to. There are solutions all around you. God already put them in nature. Let's stop trying to destroy one brand after another and chasing a a fantasy, really, just chasing this. The environment's going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be wrong. Everyone's going to eat bugs and not have enough protein to help synthesize testosterone. Everyone's going to be nice and obedient and pliant. That is not realistic. Not going to happen. Bud Light has gone down for trying to go woke, and I think that a company that had a well-established brand for selling poultry is now partnering with a bug-based company. They're going to go broke as well. Because here's what I perceive will happen, and I'm not just saying this out of a conservative platitude: "Get woke, go broke." No, let me give you a realistic ramification of where I think this could be a problem with a little science. Did you know that insects share a lot of their genetic material with crustaceans? And you have a lot of people who are allergic to crustaceans. They can't eat crab, they can't eat lobster. Some protein in it is harmful to them. Now, just imagine that at one Tyson's plant, there's a cross contamination of a chicken product with one of the bug products, and somebody eats the chicken product thinking that they're perfectly safe, and they get cross contamination with insects, and it causes an anaphylactic reaction, and that person gets sick. They're going to sue the hell out of Tyson's. What are you going to do then? So, all of this trying to appeal to the loud 1% who wants us eating bugs, you're doing reputational damage and you're not making people healthier in the process. Think about that. Have a good day, everyone.